Cricbuzz Chatter at the end of day 2 of this test match. This lovely city of Visakhapatnam, lots of greenery around. So we thought we'd go outdoors and check out this guy wearing red. Check out me, a proper polo shirt, lots of green behind.
And we're back to normal. I'm wearing the flowery shirt
Correct.
and you're wearing the plain one. Nice.
And back to normal because India dominated proceedings in a home test match again, which we did not see too often in Hyderabad. Okay, in all fairness, didn't see on the 4th day
Correct.
in Hyderabad, but it was an absolutely fantastic day. So let's run through it first of all. Yashasvi Jaiswal's double 100, next highest score 34, and at that point, what did you think about 396? So two things: Jaiswal's double. What do you think of 396?
First, Jaiswal's double. Incredible effort, just the way he came out here. Just those last two shots that he scored to get to that 200. Fantastic. Tells you how the man thinks. Very aggressive with his, with however he bats throughout. Second part of the question, 396, I really thought might not be enough, especially with that first wicket partnership between Duckett and Crawley. I thought they were cruising. And then Pope and Crawley as well. Felt at some point, is this going to be enough? Is this what we are going to be lining up against in this test as well? And then entered one man, Jasprit Bumrah.
We will keep the suspense a little longer for Jasprit Bumrah. I thought something interesting happened. There were no sweeps, no reverse sweeps for a long time, and Duckett was out defending. Now, the percentage of balls that he leaves is 5% of all the balls that he played, but the reverse sweep wasn't out because maybe they thought the ball is bouncing too much. Duckett defending was back to the Duckett of 2016, who was clueless about what he was doing. So I thought that was a start there. I thought Kuldeep was good support, but whatever we say is just extending the inevitable.
Though
How
I just
good- yeah.
feel to just come in there, Harsha, in defense of Duckett, I feel I need to speak for him a little bit here. Duckett on a pitch like Hyderabad, where it was turning square, things were happening, using the sweep and reverse sweep were options which was right because it A had intent, B it put the bowler off. But this is a good pitch. There wasn't too much happening as we saw right to the end, and you had to back your defense. You don't need to play it unless you want to use it as an option to score runs. But he was getting singles because of his reputation of reverse sweep that kept the sweeper, which we were discussing about on a fine short point and all of that. So I will defend him here to say he did right, but he didn't defend well. That I will say agree with you.
I thought the turning point came when Crawley gave Akshar Patel the charge. It was a very good catch by Shreyas Iyer. It was a very good fielding day for India today. I thought that catch from Shreyas was excellent. And then all those catches that Shubman Gill took, it brought Root in. Now, here's something interesting. Root has got out to Bumrah so many times that as soon as Root came in, the matchup said get Bumrah in. Now, the only question as you watched a magical spell unravel, and if you're a lover of cricket, if you're a lover of test match cricket, then you were blessed today because you saw a fabulous spell from Anderson at the start. But even that from the maestro paled before what we saw from Jasprit Bumrah today. Now, Root that way, then the Pope dismissal, then the Bairstow catch, wonderful catch by Shubman Gill. Of those three wickets, then the Stokes delivery. Stokes gave you the impression it kept low. It did a little bit. Which was your favorite in the course of what? I mean, you can have many words for it. Magical is good enough.
We keep speaking about Shane Warne's ball of the century. I think this one was the ball for some time in Test cricket. What a ball. Pope's ball to most batters would have got the same result there. Two stumps cartwheeling from the ground. What a ball, Harsha. You were live and you called it fantastically. You know that moment, that feeling of it just completely rattling the stumps.
Yeah,
It was impossible, isn't it?
here's a guy. He was struggling a little bit today, but he's coming in after 196. He's full of confidence. Bumrah's bowling 137, 138, moving it around. The Yorker's 5K is quicker. And you could see that even a set batter, the bat is late coming down and it just knocks his stump over. What I found incredible was the ability in the middle of a spell to bowl a pinpoint Yorker.
Oh.
And yeah, you're going to see that many times. But I think the ball that got Root, just as much the ball that got Bairstow. We talked about the Anderson ball to Shubman Gill, that he kept playing him a little further. I thought even Bairstow was like that. It was just a magical spell. And I think sometimes we underrate the present. I think history will look at Jasprit Bumrah very kindly because he's cut from a different cloth as far as fast bowling goes.
True. I don't have much to add to what you say, but it has been a an absolute privilege to watch him from close quarters. I've known the man from the first day he, he stepped foot onto the bigger league in many ways, which was domestic to IPL. I was there the first day, confident young man. The way he's gone about things, just doing things when it matters most. Imagine bowling to the world's best test batter, top four, fab four. He's always there, Joe Root in it. He's got his wicket. A lot of bowlers will think, okay, what am I going to do this time? Am I going to be able to get him out? He somehow doesn't have that doubt. He comes in, the ball is thrown to him. Mukesh had 1 over spell. Bumrah was given the ball back, saying, here, have a go at Root. And he again, Root has probably come to Vizag and done two things: work on the reverse sweep a little bit and figure out how to play Bumrah again. So he's changed that initial movement, ready to counter it with whatever comes. So he's ready for the incoming ball, and then this beauty that goes out, and he just followed it with his hands. You can see the frustration when he got out, a bit of the fact that he was out-thought by Bumrah, a little bit of a technical deficiency at this point of time, which will be definitely, looked upon by him again. But what a spell of bowling, one that I was, happy
I
to
tell you
peep out
what
of.
else about Bumrah. I asked Bumrah yesterday before start of play. It's always my job. DK does all the fancy things like pitch report after the after the pre-match interviews. And I asked Jasprit, I said, with the spinner bowling at the other end, with the new ball, aren't you finicky about the ball? And he says, I'm always, all the time, I'm in the year of the spinners. Keep shining this side, keep shining this side. Once when there was a throw from Shreyas Iyer, he got very upset because that ball to him is his weapon. It's his instrument. It's his deliverance of joy to people like us. And he's very finicky about that ball. But today he didn't. I think he would have bowled with an orange and he would have picked up wickets. From an England point of view, the only plus really was a little bit of Stokes and a little bit of Zach Crawley. But 396, as the wickets started to fall, here we are all thinking 396 may not be enough. 336 for 6, maybe it was more England's day on day one. As the game progressed, it started to look further and further away. And then India, in the time that they had batted off well, early on day two, we saw something absolutely fantastic. It reminded me in Hyderabad when he was not playing, Jimmy Anderson was running in and bowling for 20 minutes of his full run up. You can see why the fitness, the dedication. I thought he bowled a fabulous, fabulous spell with that new ball. And you start to think, where was England be without Anderson?
Sometimes in life you got to give context. A lot of the viewers know this context, but just trying to reiterate my point here. 41 years old, a lot of players from abroad tend not to tour so much to Asia, let alone India, but this man comes again. And just the economy at which his bowl tells you how consistent he is with his length. There was a little bit in the wicket in the morning. Harsha and I were on air and we felt that there was a little bit of seam movement, but the way he exploited it, that was great to see. I mean, what he has done for England, phenomenal. 690 plus wickets, outstanding. He'll go down as one of the greatest fast bowlers ever to have played the game. And just his attitude, that 20 minutes of bowling that you speak about, Harsha, is what made him bowl 20 plus overs today. What an effort. Brilliant that by James Anderson.
So as a result, at the end of day two, I mean, you could joke and say England won from 190. So what is 143? But at the end of day two, India are well ahead in this game. And I'm going to say, as the sun sets behind us over there, I think the sun might be setting on England in this test match.
True, Harsha. I completely concur with you, and I'm thinking a lot of the fans will be hoping for the same as well. But this England team, again, just like how Jasprit Bumrah is cut from a different cloth, these 18 months have played cricket very differently.
I agree.
So I don't expect them to go down meekly. They will come back fighting hard, but for a start, they need to really start well day three to pick up those wickets, to be anywhere close within a year shot to win this game.
Okay. The man in red is the man in the hot spot. The selection of the Indian team. We saw Mukesh Kumar. It's always a tough gig if you got Bumrah at the other end. You looked at Rohit Sharma. It didn't always seem very confident about Mukesh Kumar. Did India get the selection a little bit wrong when he was gone with Washington Sundar? We are blessed with hindsight, but you're an honest man. Go before.
There is one observation and there is one question here, Harsha. First observation, this is orange, Harsha. In the fading light, you're missing it. Now, the question. Yes, I do feel they could have played Washington Sundar for two reasons. A, it seems to have a little bit in it for the spinners more than the fast bowlers, and you need to be supremely skilled as a fast bowler to be able to make a difference in this match. It's not going to be easy. We've seen two bowlers, one at the age of 41, who's making a difference just with his consistency in length and with when the ball is seam. And then there is Jasprit Bumrah. He is special. Now, could they have played Washington? I think so too. I felt that he was a very viable option considering a couple of the left-handers being there tall and the fact that he gives you a little bit with a bat at number 8 or 9. Not that India
Maybe
need
even
it,
earlier.
but it could be good. Maybe even earlier, right there.
I
So
think
I do feel that. But will I say it's a mistake? Uh, no, maybe not. And I only say it because unless we have seen Washington come and do what he does, and he's been really good in the limited time in turning pitches, whereas on flatter pitches, we have seen it's not his major strength, unlike an Ashwin or someone else.
Mhm.
So you can't just completely rule it out. So I understand where Indian team is coming from, but what would I have done? Probably played Washington.
So there you are at the end of day 2 then. India pretty much in the driver's seat, but don't forget India looked to be in the driver's seat at the end of day 3 as well. But what lies ahead on day 3? What have we seen of the surface so far? Let's go fast forward. Couple of things are happening. Ball's keeping a little low.
Correct?
Ball's turning. Tapash, who makes the wickets, has guaranteed to everybody it will start turning at the end of day 2. It did for Kuldeep. Ashwin slightly off day. What lies ahead?
What lies ahead is the fact that India have the opportunity yet again in this test match to completely crush England with the batting effort. If they bat the whole day tomorrow, they are going to score at least 275 to 300, which means they will be 445 plus runs ahead, which is a great result. And what do you think? You think they again have it in them to come back after that, England?
I think England's spinners are inexperienced. If they don't get wickets early, they'll be behind the game most of the time. But don't forget, Shubman Gill is struggling a little bit. Shreyas Iyer is struggling a little bit. There's no Jadeja there. So there's still a lot of interest in this game, but India are well ahead. If India lose from this position, there'll be 2 in a row, then England deserve to win.
I also feel that batting in the third inning will come a little bit easier to the likes of Shubman Gill and Shreyas Iyer. Why? Because they will bat slightly at a higher strike rate than what they did in the first innings. Because it was flat pitch, they had to take time. The fear of probably playing a loose shot was a lot lesser. In this innings, because the ball is turning and keeping low, it is accepted of them to play more shots, and that is what they'll do. But before we finish, there is a fast forward question I have to ask you. Day 1 was strawberry ice cream. Day 2 was bourbon biscuits. Now, what can we look forward to on day 3, Harsha?
Listen,
The nation wants to know, what can we look forward to?
When I popped across to the radio box, I see them coming and popping our fruit. I went there and I saw these bourbon biscuits. Now, as a kid, we always ate the bourbon biscuit from the mixed biscuit pack that came. You always ate that first. If your elder brother ate it first, you didn't get it. If you ate it first, you said, I'm the younger person. So from that time, I've always had this thing for a bourbon chocolate cream biscuit. I only ate 2 and I'm pulling my stomach in. I only ate 2. So tomorrow, I don't know, maybe just 2 glasses of buttermilk, but we'll wait and see. As the light goes, I'm dark. He's always in the light. Bright young man. Let's see if his prediction comes through. But we'll leave you with thoughts on day 2. Absolutely blessed to see that spell from Bumrah. And if you're doing nothing, put the Pope wicket on loop and watch it again and again and again. You will not get bored.
Very true. And you'll see plenty of that on social media. Take care. Good night.
See you.
See you tomorrow. Bye.